Good afternoon, everybody. It is December the 27th, 12:18 Mountain Time here in the U.S. We're going to be doing messages for each sign, plus a little bit of Reiki, and then free-for-all questions after that. Thank you all for being here. Happy to see you, Ms. Tammy Bambi. I am fantastic, my dear. How are you? Let's go ahead. I want to do 3 messages, and then I'm going to start doing cards of the day after that. So let me go ahead and write down your name so I remember you were first in the door. And let's knock out a message for Aries really quickly. Aries, this is a message for December the 28th, Thursday. What do I have showing up for you? Things are sliding downhill. I think that you have made it through the roughest time of something. I don't think it was terrible time, but you've made it through the roughest time of something, and now things are starting to get easier. Kind of seems to me like you were developing some kind of routine or trying to figure out, what was going to be, what was going to work well for you, and you've got that down, and so now everything is coming together for you on Thursday, Aries. Anna Lopez, hello, hello. Hello there, little ODD. Good day to you. Glad to see you guys here today. Little OTD, ODD. Okay, so that was Aries. Let's do Taurus. After I do 3 signs, I'll go ahead and do. Oh, that's right. Happy birthday, Tammy Bambi. We might have to do 3 cards for you today. Remind me. Maybe I should make a note. Birthday. We'll do 3 cards of the day for you instead of 1. Taurus, 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 just for your birthday. Taurus, Taurus, Taurus. Taurus, I feel like there's something that you've been waiting for a while, and I feel like you're starting to see evidence that it's on the way. So if you've been waiting for somebody, some of you, I feel like you've been waiting for somebody to change their minds about something, and you're starting to see evidence that maybe that person is starting to think a little bit more along your lines. And you're kind of knowing, okay, if this keeps up, I'll be in good shape soon. For others of you, this could be something else that you've been waiting for. I feel like some of you Tauruses may have been waiting for your credit to improve so that you could buy a home or get a decent rate on a car or a credit card or whatever. So for some of you, you're starting to see some evidence that that is happening and that pretty soon you'll be able to run with that. I'm sure that those are 2 very specific examples, so I'm sure they won't apply to every single Taurus, but there's something that you've been waiting for, and you're starting to see evidence that it's coming in, Tauruses. Ricky, 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 welcome, welcome. Glad to see you in the room today. Let's do Gemini. Gemini, Gemini, Gemini. What do we have coming up for you guys? That's interesting. Gemini, I feel like time is really important to you is the first impression that's coming in for me on Thursday. It feels to me like there are things that you have scheduled, and so it's really important that everything goes on time and the way that it's planned so that the rest of your schedule can go the way that it needs to go. So I feel like your itinerary is full, and it's kind of critical that everything goes without a hitch for you on the 28th, Geminis. Thank you for sharing, Ricky, and that's perfect timing because I was just going to say, everybody who's here, if you haven't already, please share so that other people can get in here while it's still live. So let's do cards of the day for 3 people. We're going to do Tammy Bambi first. She actually came in first. Also, it's her birthday, so happy birthday, Tammy. Let's do 3 cards of the day for you. So basically, we're going to do a mini message for you, a micro message for you. Let's say micro. 3 is not too many. Actually, Tammy, let's do a birthday spread for you. Let's look at a life cycle that you're going through right now. Let's look at the setup for that life cycle. Let's look at the lesson or experience that life cycle is leading you to. And then let's look at what happens as you incorporate that lesson or experience into your life. This will be your little birthday spread. After we do Tammy, then I'm going to be moving on to the next 3 signs, Cancer, Leo, and Virgo. And then we'll do 3 more people. But this one's going to take a little while, this little spread. So we're going to do this and then do 3 more signs before we do cards of the day for everybody else. Okay, so let me make some space on the table. Tammy Bambi. Are you ready for this, honey? Hope she's still in the room. La di di da 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 da. There's Mind Over Matter. Welcome, welcome. La da 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 da. Okay. All right, here we go, my dear. Tammy Bambi. First card that I'm looking at talks to me about your environment. Environment is anywhere that you have energy or effort that you have put into. So this usually shows up as home, but I have seen it come up as work or school. You'll know where it is as you hear about it. So basically you've got the lady. This is just telling me that the environment that you have really is one that supports all of your productivity. It supports all the things that you want to do and that you enjoy doing. And it helps you to bring in those things that you absolutely love. So it's an incredibly supportive environment that you have right now, Ms. Tammy. La, da, 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 da. Next thing I'm looking at talks to me about your subconscious leanings. This is telling me that there's one of 2 things either going on here. Let me feel around. I feel like this has to do more with financial than anything else. Tammy, you're looking at, I really want to get some money stashed away. I would like to have either a stash on hand for emergencies or a stash on hand because I want to do some investing or whatever. You want to get a stash put away. And so your subconscious is working on, what can I do to make that happen? Next thing we have coming up actually talks to me about 2 things. This talks to me about your learning style and also your communication style. Yeah, she had a great environment, huh, Mind Over. So learning style, first of all, what I have coming up here. You, Ms. Tammy, like to pay attention to the things that you know are going to make you money, honey. That's the type of stuff that you're interested in learning. As far as communication style, I think that you, at least as it pertains to this particular life cycle, you communicate a lot until somebody indicates that they're not so happy about having your communication. Like maybe they say, oh, why do you talk so much? Or I really don't want to hear about that or whatever. And then you're like, okay, well, you don't need to hear about it anymore. I just won't talk about it. So a couple of things going on there. You communicate a lot unless somebody indicates that they are over their head with all your communication. Then you just shut it down completely. All right, so that's home for you? Okay. Alrighty, let's look at, let's get a drink in Amista's mouth first. All right, Tammy, next thing we're looking at here is work. This just tells me that work is completely stressful right now. There's a lot of stress, strain, tension going on at work. You are kind of questioning whether you're even doing the right thing at work, whether you're even doing the right thing being in this place. Now, as far as inner work, what we have going on is you are really looking at how can you find some place that you feel secure. And this probably has to do with outer work. You're trying to find a place where you feel secure, where there's not a lot of stress and tension, where things flow in an easy and more secure way. And so I think that you're trying to bring that into the work situation that you have right now, but I wouldn't be surprised to know that you're also looking for something that would be that way, even if that means switching companies or switching positions within a company, something along those lines. All right, the next thing I've got coming up for you, Ms. Tammy. That part of you that's being grown or expanded right now, this is a part of your personality. What we have coming up for this just tells me that you are really learning about setting your boundaries and making people stick with them. You're not putting down boundaries just to hear your head rattle. Once you say, look, I am only doing this, this, and this, and anything else is on your plate, you are expecting people to take care of their plates. And you're not budging from that. You kind of, I feel like you can't. I feel like you're backed up against the wall to where you just can't, even if you did want to. Alrighty, next thing that we have coming up talks to me about those things that you stand for. So what we have here is that you do have some responsibilities that you carry out, and I feel like whatever these are, they might feel like a burden to somebody else, but to you they don't, because you're doing these as an act of love. And so somebody may be asking you, why are you still doing this, or why are you doing this at all? And you're having to tell them, you know what, because I want to. Thank you very much. Get out of my face. All right, so that's what we have for you standing up for. Here's how other people see you right now. This is always the most debated card because it's not necessarily what you think of yourself, but this is how other people see you right now, Ms. Tammy. They see you as doing exactly what you want, exactly the way you want to, without being micromanaged or compromising or anything like that. They just see you as you're on top of the world and you're not letting anybody get in the way of that. Okay, so all of that stuff is present tense. That stuff you should all recognize, Miss Tammy. And that lets you know, how tuned in I am for you. And then next, what we're going to look at is things that may or may not be present tense. It might be more in the future. So if this is going to be more in the future, you may or may not recognize it. Okay. Hey, Angela, glad to see you. With all the living and the babysitting. Okay, gotcha. Is your babysitting stressful? Because it looks like it's very stressful, or maybe it's stressful that you're not working. Alrighty, let's move on to the lesson or experience, because I'm not sure how long the delay is while I wait for that answer. But anyway, lesson or experience comes in. There's somebody that you're dealing with, Tammy. This could be in business affairs, or this could also be in personal affairs or love affairs, or like not literally love affairs, but could be like a love interest or a love partner. Or this could be somebody that even is just a friend. But this person that you're dealing with, when they come in this way, oh my gosh, headache, okay? They have lots of enthusiasm, lots of energy. That really is just for something as long as it's new. They're great for starting new projects or new relationships. They're wonderful people to be around in new relationships. But once it's not new anymore, this person tends to get bored, and then they're completely unreliable. They may just totally ghost away. They just disappear. Okay, so that's lesson or experience. Khalid Aladhood, hello, hello. Angela Lukes, let me get your name down. And Khalid will get your name. Aladhood. Okay. So babysitting is stressful. All right, that makes sense. Okay, so this is that person that you're dealing with. La da da da. We've talked about that. So as you are figuring out how to deal with this personality, you've got some things going on in your life. The first thing that happens is I really feel like dealing with this person can be really hard on your self-esteem. You can take some hits here because you don't really understand, like, this person is not losing interest in anything because of you personally. This person is losing interest in stuff because they just are that person that loses interest. Shiny things catch their attention, and once they're done watching this shiny thing, if another shiny thing comes along, then there they go again. So I think your self-esteem is taking some hits because even though this person is not meaning to do you any harm, they're kind of not doing you a whole lot of good either. All right. Now, the next thing that comes up, Ms. Tammy, and this, once again, these things may be in the future or you may recognize them. We've got you showing up as the Queen of Pentacles. Now, sometimes where this could be somebody you're interacting with, but I really kind of feel like this is you, and you're taking some time to rejuvenate and sort of sort things out as far as trying to figure out what's going on with this other person. And so you're taking some time to take care of yourself and rejuvenate with that, where that self-esteem was let down. You're realizing that, and you're wanting to take care of that. So that's the next thing I see coming up. And you are being very proactive as well, because when this guy starts to flake on you, it doesn't have to be a guy, it can also be a girl. But if it's a girl, she's going to have a more aggressive or assertive type personality. Anyway, when this person starts to flake on you, you're going to start looking at, okay, well, I've got this cup right here. It is full, kind of, but I can already see that this thing is not holding up too well. So you're starting to look at other options. Okay, how can I handle this? How can I bring some stability back into my situation? Do I need to be dealing with a different person? You know, what person would be appropriate if that's the case? Whatever your options might be, you're checking out your options. That's ultimate fulfillment of that life cycle before you graduate to the next one to have your next listener experience. So does that all make sense for you, Tammy? Happy birthday, by the way. Happy birthday, Miss Tammy. Jewelry can be a shiny thing, but it's not the only one out there. Hello there, striving. Glad to see you in the room. Alrighty, so that was Tammy's little birthday spread. And now let's do 3 more signs, and then we'll do 3 more people. Basically, what I just gave you, Tammy, is like a verification spread and one of my readings. Like if you get a live reading with me, that's kind of the thing that you get right off the bat, just to make sure that I'm tuned in and haven't drank too much coffee that day. Alrighty, let's do some signs. December the 28th for Cancers. Cancer. What do we have coming in for you guys? I'm hearing new opportunity awaits you just around the corner. So this may not be coming in December 28th. I do feel like this new opportunity has to do with something that has already been calling to you. So something that you're already interested in, or that you're already active in, something that you find a lot of joy in. There's a new opportunity coming up around the corner for you, Cancers, regarding that. So you're going to be able to build with that, expand that, maybe do whatever this is that interests you with other people, maybe figure out a way to make this thing pay money for you, some kind of opportunity coming in for something for you having to do with something you're already interested in and passionate about. That's Cancer. I don't really think that's going to happen Thursday, although it could on the early side of the spectrum, but the first part of that message was it's just around the corner. So be ready. Be ready and looking for it. You're quite welcome, Tammy. Okay, see you soon, honey. All right, Leos. What do I have coming in for you guys? You guys. Blue skies. Blue skies is the first thing that I'm seeing for you. Leos, I think the first part of your day is going to be pretty much blue skies. I am also hearing that something's going to go up in a puff of smoke later on in the afternoon on the 28th. I don't know what that's going to be. I don't know if that's plans going up in a puff of smoke. I'm not exactly sure how that's going to play out, Leos. That'll be interesting to see what kind of comments I get back on that. But something about a puff of smoke later in the afternoon. Maybe you're going to be hanging out with somebody who smokes cigars or cigarettes, or who knows. Lots of things you could smoke nowadays, right? Virgo. What do we have coming in for you guys? Okay, so Virgos, you've got like 3 stones that want to talk to you. That's why it was taking so long, like trying to figure out, okay, which stone wants to talk to Virgos? And I've got 3 of them, so let's see what your stones have to say. You need a nap first. That's funny. Okay, let's start with the fluorite for Virgo. The first thing that I have shown up for you, Virgo, is I do think your psychic abilities are going to be building. Now, the fact that I picked this stone up first and got that message first, I'm going to expect that to be earlier in the day, but psychic ability is building for you, Virgos. Which one wants to be next? Labradorite wants to be next. Hatch day. Alrighty, Labradorite. Labradorite and I have this little ritual. I always end up doing this when I pick up the Labradorite before I look at it. Labradorite for Virgo. Okay. Some of you Virgos, there's something coming up here about reproduction. So Virgos, this may be a really fertile day. Like literally, this is a day that if you don't want to have babies and you're in that age where you could, you might want to be very careful. But that's not the only thing that's coming up with reproduction. Some of you may be having some kind of issues with reproduction, and you may be talking to somebody about, fertility stuff, or, there's something going on around reproductive organs for a lot of you Virgos on Thursday. That's another one that's going to be interesting to see how it pans out. So I normally don't do medical stuff at all. Okay, Malachite wants to say to Virgos. Okay, so this is going to be more towards the end of the day for you Virgos, and Malachite is really encouraging you to stay strong and steadfast like a tree. Once a tree's got its roots in the ground, it's not moving. It doesn't really matter how much the wind blows, how much snow comes, how much rain comes, whatever. Once those roots are securely in the ground and that tree's got some years under it, it ain't moving. And the Malachite is encouraging you. You are on your right track, on your best track. Don't let other people sway you. Don't let other people move you from where you are. Just because, they like it when you do what they want you to do. If it doesn't feel right to you, it doesn't feel right to you. Stick with what feels right to you, Virgos. Okay, so there you go. I don't know why everybody and their brother wanted to give a message just on the first sign, Virgo. That's interesting. Your Virgo half needs 2.5. Demetria, hello, hello. Glad to see you in the room, my dear. I got to catch up on conversation. Y'all talk so much. You're away from me, Demetria. And then let's see, Striving's here. Fertile Myrtle. Hello there, Dano. Glad to see you. It is very gorgeous. I like malachite. I like them all. If it's on my desk, I like it. There's a lot of them that aren't on my desk that I like too. They'll be there one day. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's awesome. Obsidian is so great. Jama, hello, hello. We're just getting ready to do some cards of the day. We did a special reading for a birthday girl earlier. Now we're going to do regular cards we'll do 3 regular cards and then we're going to do 3 more signs. Spring strong. There you go. Okay, so let's see here. Anna Lopez. I hope you're still in the room. Let's do Lenormand for Anna. She's had Lenormand before. They worked out pretty well. No worries, no worries. I like this to be interactive. That's why we are having a live session. Anna Lopez. Okay, awesome. Good, good. Okay, so honey, your house card is the book. This is about research, secrets, mystery, and you've got the scythe. Okay, excuse me. So Anna, there's been some kind of mystery around you that you're about to cut through to the chase of and find the truth. Well, I should say, because it's a card of the day, probably happened within the last 24 hours. But you've managed to cut to the truth of some kind of mystery, Ms. Anna. So that's Ms. Anna. Does that make sense to you, my dear? Little ODD, you're up next. After that is Ricky. Are you guys both in the room? Natalia, Cam, welcome, welcome. Glad to see you here. Little ODD, and then after that, Ricky. La da 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 da. Our snow's melting here. I'm very happy. Little ODD. I hope little ODD is still around. That's okay, honey. No worries. You can always scroll back and hear whatever you missed of it. Little ODD. You've got the King of Vessels here. This means something completely different in this deck than it means in any other deck, little ODD. I'm glad you're here. Okay. So this just means that you are watching something new come in. It does not have to be romantic just because he's the King of Vessels. I've had this card come up for people who are starting a new business. It could be that you're watching a new relationship come in. It could be that there's a new baby in the family. It could manifest in 1,001 ways. You could learn a new recipe today, but you're just watching something new come in. And the reason that that's what this card is because the heron is always up at sunrise, always watching the sunrise. He never sleeps late. So he always watches the new day come in. Hope that makes sense for your little ODD. Manuela, glad to see you here, my dear. Snowing where you are. Yay for you. Okay, so here is, that was little ODD. Ricky Jorgensen, you're up next. I hope you're in the room. Ms. Ricky, are you still here? If not, I know she'll be back. She can always scroll back. That's true. You're the early heron. La, da, da. There she is. Yay. Okay, this is your card. Then we're going to do 3 more signs, and then we'll do 3 more people. Libra will be next, but right now we're doing Ricky. Getting ahead of myself. It's cold in the Kootenays. Oh, you just had a bunch of cards fall, Ricky. If there's more than 5, I know you need a reading. 4, 5, 6, 7. You really need a reading. Okay, let me pick which one of these is the most important one for you to hear about. Anne Marie, this is your first time in here. I was thinking about you the other day. I'm so glad you're here. Aw, that's awesome. And there's Lorraine. Wow. Glad to have you back again, Ms. Lorraine. Okay, so this is for Ricky. Ricky, you've been stashing some money away, or if you haven't been stashing money away, I think it's more likely actually that you have been hoarding your feelings. You haven't been wanting to tell people how you feel about things, just exactly lately. Sometime within the past 24 hours, you kind of put the barrier up. Does that make sense to you, Ms. Ricky? Okay, so next we're going to do Libra, and then the next 2 signs, which would be Scorpio and Sag, and then after that we'll come back, we'll do Mind Over Matter, Angela Lukes, and Khalid Al-Hadbad. I can't read my own writing, if they're still here. Excuse me. I don't even know how many, Dano. Anya, glad to see you back in the room, my dear. How are you today? Okay, so Libra, sign of Libra for December the 28th. What do we have showing up here? Libra, Libra, Libra. Libra, there's something really interesting coming in for you guys. I think you're going to be getting in touch with nature some way. For some of you, this is going to be as simple as watching some kind of documentary that talks about nature, but for others of you, you may actually be going camping or studying certain things about nature, or you may just be getting out and going for a hike. You may be gardening. Maybe you're taking care of some indoor plants. I'm not exactly sure how this is going to pan out for you, but getting in touch with nature, I like this message because it also implies getting grounded, making sure you're grounded. So pretty cool message coming in for you, Libras. Okay, so next thing that we have coming up here is for Scorpio. December the 28th. Scorpios, what do I see coming in for you guys? Scorpios, I think you're taking a break. For some of you, this is a break from relationship. For others of you, this is a break from work. For others of you, this is a break from housework. I'm actually seeing like dust piling up, and we're just like, yeah, okay, I'll get to that tomorrow. I just feel like we are not particularly motivated to take care of that on the 28th. All right, so whatever it is piling up does not have to be literally dust. We're just letting chores or things that we should be doing pile up because we're taking a break. Diet and looking through your seed book. Little ODD. That's fun. I used to always like to look at the burpee catalogs. You always have them up? Well, the fact that it came up on a card may be that Spirit's asking you to think about that a little bit, or it may be that they've been up a little bit higher than usual lately. Glad you're here, my dear. Let me do Sagittarius, and then we'll move back into people. Then you have to cure CF. See if you get lucky. That's what you're going to look at, Ann Baker's Creek? Oh, cabin fever. Gotcha. I never heard it put as CF before. I don't blame you. Alrighty, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, Sagittarius, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, I have this sense of you looking back at history, particularly history having to do with your family. So I don't know if you're doing research, if you're talking to one of the elders in your family and finding out, asking questions. I'm not sure if you're doing this because of medical reasons or if you're doing this because of curiosity or just wanting to know more about your roots. But I think you're going to be investigating your family history, Sagittarius. You want to be more Scorpio-ish? La da 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 da. Let's see who's up next here. This is Mind Over Matter, then Angela, then Khalid. You're gonna hide all your dishes in the oven. La da dee da 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 da. La da dee da. Mind over matter. Card of the day. Card of the day is something that's normally happened within the past 24 hours. If you don't recognize it within the past 24 hours, could be coming up within the next 24 hours. And it's something that Spirit would like you to be more aware of than what you would have been already. And final detail about cards of the day is that they are for your highest and best good. So even if something comes up that's a little bit negative, there's a reason. Spirit wants you to be more aware of it. Let's see, and it's a good reason. So mind over matter, you've got the Hermit in reverse. To me, the Hermit in reverse is talking about that you have taken some time to really do some self-evaluation, and after that, you were ready to be social, or at least around one person, but definitely around people or a particular person, something. So you did some self-evaluation, and then you got social after that. Scorpio fit you better, Manuela? You've done the oven thing before? Really? People do that? I am afraid to do that because I can just see me turning on the oven and just melting any kind of plastic dishes that were in there. You're as racing for facing. Alrighty. That was Mind Over Matter. Angela Lukes. She may be driving. Maybe she can still hear us, though. Angela Lukes, card of the day. Probably already happened, Mind Over Matter. Probably already happened. Probably happened within the last 24 hours. La-di-di-da. Angela Lukes, card of the day. Coming right up. Angela Lukes, I really don't want to tell you your card. Nine of Cups shown up in reverse. Nine of Cups in reverse, Nine of Cups in reverse for Miss Angela Lukes. Somebody that you know is trying to kick a habit, Miss Angela Lukes. Operating word is trying. This is not you. This is somebody around you is trying to kick a bad habit, trying to get over an addiction, something like that. Tiffany Jones, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Glad you're here. So that was Angela Khalid. You are up, my dear. Khalid, Khalid. Is Khalid a female name or a male name? You hope he comes before our meeting? Everything always works out exactly the way it's supposed to. You've melted the plastic. I can so see myself doing that. If people come over and my dishes aren't done, they might be in the sink, but that's going to be it. And if they overflow, they're going to be on the counter. Too bad. You have to look at them. Let's see, let's see. Khalid, Khalid. I know Khalid was wanting a message. I'm hoping that person is still here. Okay, Khalid, your card of the day is the Two of Arrows in reverse. Two of Arrows in reverse just tells me that you have a decision that you feel like you need to make, but you really are pretty confused about which way you want to go with that decision. Does that make sense for you, Khalid? Okay, so let's do 3 more signs, and then after that will be Striving, Demetria, and then Dano. Then we'll do some Reiki, and then we'll do some more cards of the day. Okay, so did I have pie again for breakfast? You betcha. I've still got 3 pieces of that thing. That's going to be breakfast 3 days in a row now. Capricorn. What do I have coming up for you guys? Selenite wants to talk to me about you guys. My selenite is not like a jumping message giver normally, but hey. Capricorn, 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 you've kind of taken a beating lately, but you're fixing to get some things straightened out. So Capricorn, you have been going through some kind of rough times. I'm not sure what part of your life this could be. I think this could be manifesting anywhere, whether it's love life, business life, whatever. But I feel like even though you've been through some rough times and you kind of have some scars to show for it, I'm also feeling like you're getting that straightened out real soon. You're like, okay, that's enough of that. I've had just about enough. I know what I can do to fix this. It's happening now. So whatever's been going on, you're getting back on track. You're like, that's enough of that. You're a stovetop flyer now? Man, I don't know how you're doing that. It's a man's name. Okay, thank you, Khalid. I thought it was, but I wasn't sure. Okay, Aquarius. Let's do, oh, I need to do more people first, don't I? Don't I? Did I do Capricorn yet? No, I didn't do Capricorn yet. Let's do 2 more people and then I'll do Capricorn. Right? No, I'm so confused. What the heck am I doing? You learned how to make pie on the stovetop? Your time is 11:15. Samantha Green. Hello, hello, welcome. Glad to see you in the room. I did give Cappy theirs. That was the selenite. Hello. Let's go ahead and do Aquarius. Thank you, Dano. I get lost in this because I'm just reading, like the information's coming in, it's going out. I have to keep track of myself better. Okay, Aquarius, what's going on for you? December the 28th on Thursday for Aquarians. Aquarians, one of the things that I would say is expect some sudden interruptions coming in on the 28th. Things that you're not expecting. Of course, you guys are ruled by Uranus, so I'm sure that happens to you more often than not. But I think that you may be right in the middle of something and have some kind of interruption come in that needs to be taken care of. It doesn't, it feels like it could actually take some time to take care of this other thing before you can get back to what you were doing originally. So just kind of be aware and have kind of set into your schedule some good breaking off points in case you have to do that, Aquarius, on Thursday. You're quite welcome for the little glimpse, Khalid. Creatively or starve, right? Okay. Right, we have a reading later on, don't we? Thank you, Anne Marie. Pie on the, you know what, that actually sounds like it would be pretty good. Will you need a body bag? I hope not. I don't think so. It really didn't have that heavy of a deal of an energy around it. Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. Let's look at you guys for December the 28th. Pisces, I think you guys are going to have an Abbott and Costello kind of day. All I'm seeing whenever I try to look into you guys is pictures of Abbott and Costello. So Pisces, I think you guys are going to be trying to straight up get some things taken care of, and you're going to be the straight man. And you're going to have some jokers around you. It's going to be hard to get much accomplished because you have people around you that are not taking things very seriously, Pisces. So that is all of our signs right there. Da, 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 da. I'm glad that's a joke, striving. You know, some people that would not be a joke. Ah, damn, pulled away from cleaning house. I know that's going to suck. You're feeling spry. Okay, let's do 3 more people and then we're going to do some Reiki. Driving, you're up next for your card of the day. Let's do some Lenormand for you. If the coffin comes up for you striving, I am going to laugh my butt off after your comment about the body bag. La da dee da 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 da. Striving. House card coming up for striving. Oh, that's good. You've got the clover and the moon. This is good. I was waiting to see if you were going to get the clover in the coffin. Okay, so clover talks about good luck, and the moon talks about psychic abilities, reflection, could be nighttime. So either you're going to have some good luck at nighttime, or your psychic abilities are luckily expanding. So I really think this is more about that you're going to be having some fun with your psychic abilities. There's going to be some good stuff coming up with your intuition, Miss Lisa. Camilla Fontes, hello, hello, welcome. Glad to see you in here today. Gosh, I got to turn the page to keep writing names for cards. Okay, so that was striving. Next up, Demetria. Does that make sense to you, striving? You know what else it could be? It could be that you're getting some good news on that reading we're doing later on, too. Lucky intuition. I think it's going to be more about your own intuition really kicking into overdrive in a good way. Alrighty, so anyway, this is Demetria. Demetria. We're going to do Demetria and Dano, then we're going to do Reiki, and after that we'll do some more cards of the day. We may not do free-for-all questions because I still have a lot of people that need cards of the day so far. So Demetria, card of the day for you, my dear. Chariot in reverse. This is actually called the Archer in this deck, but it's similar to the Chariot. So when we get the Archer in reverse, this is telling me that there is a target or a goal that you've been really focused on manifesting in your life, Demetria. Today, I feel like your focus has slipped. You're not so focused on that anymore. You're kind of like, I don't know if I really feel like putting out the energy and the effort today. Does that make sense for you? That's probably happened, not today, but within the past 24 hours. Full Cancer moon coming up on the 2nd or the 3rd. Your name's Lisa too, so we've got a couple Lisas in the room. Tammy's going with that Capricorn reading, getting things straightened out. All right, so let's see. Who's up next? Dano. Let's do Dano's card of the day. Aw, striving. Thank you for the verification. I'm going to actually read that for those people who aren't here and can't read that later on when they watch this video. So striving says, I can't wait. Anyone who has never gotten a reading with Amista, you really should. You'll be glad you did. So much insight on things in your life. It's really like what I love to do. I love to help people. Dana is coming up. Hey, Kim. Hello, hello. Welcome. Glad to see you in the room, my dear. Dano's card right here. Right? And it's a blue moon. It's a blue moon. 2 full moons in 1 month. Or no, I guess this one isn't, but the next one is. All right, so let's look at, this is Dano. Dano, my dear, you got the 5 of Cups. This is just telling me that there was some kind of disappointment that you experienced probably within the past 24 hours. If not within the next, but probably in the past. You probably already know what I'm talking about. Okay. Alrighty, let's do some Reiki, and then after that we'll do cards of the day for Gemma, Natalia, Anne Marie, Lorraine, Angie, Anya, Tiffany Jones, Samantha, Camilla, and Kim. But first, let's do some Reiki. Alrighty, so Reiki, right now what I'm doing is I'm setting the intention for whatever will help you the most, each of you. If you have something specific that you would like the Reiki to work on, please feel free to adjust that intention. And for those of you who watch after the live broadcast is over, know that the Reiki is not limited by time or space. So you can receive the Reiki just as easily as anybody who's here right now. All you have to do is set the intention to do that. Okay, so let me get us started. Okay, so we're going to do Reiki until 14 after. Not sure. Okay, that's okay, Dana. Just keep your eye out. That could be what's on that card. That could be. I kind of have the feeling, though, that that's not what it's talking about, honey. We've got a lot of Reiki energy going into people's feet and ankles. Feet and ankles have to do with finding your direction in life. If you've been feeling a little bit lost lately, I expect some of that energy to shift for those of you that are getting energy more in the feet and ankles. Well, I'll be looking forward to it, Dano. I think you're going to be fun to read for. Um, Little ODD, it would be better if you could get your aunt's permission before you redirected it. One of the things about Reiki that's really important is that whenever we send Reiki to somebody, they realize and they're okay with it. You're kind of scared to get one? Why? Some people are. I never really understand why, but some people are. You're not the first person who said that. Where else do I have energy going? I'm feeling a lot of energy going into a couple places. Third eye, especially. So that's going to be energy shifting around your intuitive abilities if you're feeling energy going in around your third eye, which is right about here for those of you who don't know. And then also there's a lot of energy going into throat chakras. Throat chakras have to do with telling your truest truth. In other words, not holding back on how you really feel about something or things that you really want. Whenever you've got the throat chakra and it's being worked on, it doesn't mean that you just get really mean about how you say things or ungraceful about it, but you are finding ways to talk about those things that are really truly on your mind and on your heart without watering those down. A lot of times we water things down to make ourselves acceptable to other people. Once we've gotten our throat chakra in alignment, then we don't water things down. Dano, I'm really not about judging anybody. I think pretty much anybody in the room who's had a reading with me can tell you I'm not about judging anybody. I will tell you if I see areas that it would be good for you to move into. But yeah. And also, please remember, Dana, that whenever we do readings, well, at least whenever I do readings, I'm looking at you from Spirit's perspective. And Spirit just loves us all. Ah, okay. Yeah, I can see where you would kind of veer away from them after you've had experiences like that. Nope, you're going to be after the Reiki. I've got a lot of energy going into base chakras and into thighs right now, guys, like lots and lots. So this can be issues with people's hips and legs. This also can be issues with security, home, family, income. And then with thighs, especially for women, thighs have to do with supporting weight, carrying other people. Sometimes we carry other people and we do things for them in ways that are healthy, like when we're literally carrying a baby, that's a good thing. Sometimes we try to carry people who should be carrying themselves, like once they get to be adults. So you may be experiencing some changes in how you feel about carrying other people, so to speak. That's right. You really can't let just anybody read for you. You want to know, who are they in touch with when they're getting their information, and you want to know something about their value system and their perspective too. You have to really be able to relate to them to know that you're going to get a reading that um, is in alignment with who you are. Yep. Angela's been getting Reiki from me for, I don't know, has it been a year? Maybe 9 months, somewhere like that. And she gets Reiki from me. She has 4 dogs that always all crowd around and get Reiki too at the same time that I send it out. It's funny. It is a very hard relationship, yes. Okay, so we've done Reiki actually an extra minute. So let me go ahead and shut this down. Let's do card of the day for everybody who's here right now. And then after that, I'm going to be out of here because we're already here for almost an hour. So anybody walking in is going to be out of luck walking in this late. As far as card of the day. Okay, so we've still got a few to go. Gemma Croft Baker, you're up. After Gemma is Natalia, then Anne Marie, then Lorraine, then Anya, then Tiffany, then Samantha, then Camilla, then Kim. Kim will be the last person. We did talk a little bit. We didn't get anywhere. I've also been checking cards on what his intentions are before I have any contact with him, and that has kind of made it so we don't get anywhere. Because I see what his intentions are, because he's a charming person. And I'm like, nope, not falling for that. Okay, glad you're here, Gemma. Here's your card. Gemma. Okay, so you've got the Magician in reverse. That just means that sometime within the past 24 hours, you were feeling a little bit frustrated about trying to get something accomplished. Oh my goodness, that's a huge wind gust. Okay, so you're feeling really frustrated about trying to get something accomplished within your life. This can be anything from personal life. This can be like frustration in the bedroom, all the way up to frustration trying to get something done as far as around the house, or even something having to do with business that can show up anywhere in your life. All right, so let's look at, does that make sense to you? Natalia. Yep. Angela gets Reiki every week. Angela and her doggies. La-di-di-da. Natalia, I hope you're in the room, my dear. Natalia Cam, card of the day. What do we have? 6 of coins in reverse. This just means somebody is paying you back for something that you have done for them. So that's probably happened within the past 24 hours. You've received some kind of payback. Anne-Marie, you're up next. Are you here? Lorraine Southwick, I don't know if you're still here. I know you were talking about taking off. And Anya Larson are the next 3. If you guys will let me know that you're here, that would be helpful. Dano, check out my website, www.amista.info. Get my contact information there, and then just call or text me. You're quite welcome, Natalia. Anya, thank you for letting me know. Actually, Dano, let me just put my phone number here, and you can just text me or call me after this. There you go. Okay, but you're in Canada. In that case, no, you could still call or text in Canada if you've got a good phone plan. I'm cool with that. Or you can reach me on Skype. Okay. And on Skype, this is my ID. And actually, that goes for anybody. I do offer the first Reiki session at no charge. So if you would like to try a Reiki session where you experience 1 whole hour of Reiki energy just coming to you, not coming to everybody in the room, it's pretty amazing. So if you would like to get your first one free just to experience and see what it can do for you, just contact me and we will get that scheduled. Little snap in your back, something definitely changed. Okay, cool. And I've got free calling to Canada, so we're cool. Anne-Marie, thank you for letting me know. That's whose card we're doing right now is Miss Anne-Marie. Anne-Marie, you've got the Ace of Bows. This just tells me that sometime within the past 24 hours probably, and if not within the past, within the next 24 hours, you have had a fantastic flash of inspiration about something that you would like to do. Now, the ace is just the very beginning of the process, so you may not have actually started that thing yet, but you've got it in your mind. Alrighty, ready. Yep, do it on the phone or on Skype, either way. What did you say, Tammy? Yes, trot for you? I don't know what that means. Sorry. Okay, next is Lorraine. I don't think Lorraine's still here. She would have told me if she was. She had to take off, I think. She had cabin fever. So next we'll do Anya, Tiffany Jones, and Samantha. If you guys are still here. I know Anya's here. Tiffany Jones and Samantha, are you still here? So this is for Anya. Perfect time. Okay. Camilla, you are in line, my dear. All right. Anya. 7 of Cups in reverse. This just tells me that recently you have gotten really focused about something where you did have a lot of ideas around it or about which direction you could go with something. You have become very focused. This could be that you had a lot of suitors and now you've decided, okay, I really want to focus on this one person, or it could be a lot of business ideas or projects or whatever. But now you're deciding, okay, which one am I going to prioritize and actually work with? So that's what I've got coming up for you within the past 24 hours. Does that make sense to you? Tiffany, thank you for letting me know. You're quite welcome, Anne-Marie. Did it make sense to you? Oh, good. Yay, mind over matter. That's awesome. Awesome, awesome. You should schedule a Reiki with me sometime. I know you do healing too, but still, you should. Tiffany Jones, you're up next. After that will be Samantha. If Samantha's here, please let me know if you are. Camilla is here, and Kim, I know, is here. So the only one I'm not sure is about Samantha. Tiffany. Tiffany Jones. Come on right up. Okay, Tiffany, what you got is the Seven of Wands. This just tells me that you are setting up boundaries or setting up barriers with some person. So this could be emotionally, but typically this is more about maybe that you've been helping somebody a whole lot and now you're telling them, look, I can only do so much and this is what I'm willing to do. Or, you know, maybe somebody calls you at all hours of the night and you're telling them, look, don't call me after 10, okay? I'm actually like sleeping like a normal human being. Something like that, where you're setting up boundaries with somebody. Should have happened within the past 24 hours. If you don't recognize it from the past 24 hours, just keep your eyes open for the next 24 hours. Yep, yep. It's always nice to have a little boost, I think. Melissa Reeve, hello, hello, welcome. Glad to see you in the room, honey. We are just finishing up. I'm giving everybody cards of the day that was here whenever we finished up Reiki. So Kim Hefner will actually be the last card that comes out. I'm sorry you're a little late for that, but maybe tomorrow. I don't remember. I think you should call me. If that was the question, call me, call me. Actually, mind over matter, I'm very focused on what I'm doing when I'm on camera, so I'm not like in a good receptive mode, you know? Know what I mean, Blue Jean? Let's see, right on point. Thank you, Anya. Very cool, very cool. Yeah, if I'm in an appointment, I won't answer, but I will at least tag you back. If we have to play phone tag, we can. Let's see. Tiffany Jones does make sense to you. Awesome. Thank you. Samantha never answered. I don't think she's in the room, so we're going to skip that. Camila Fontes, you are up, my dear. Camila Fontes. And then after that is Kim. Why not? Why can't you believe that? You sent a time release capsule. Maybe when I lay down to go to sleep, I'll have to actually consciously open it while I'm laying on my bed. Okay. Wow. All right. So who is this? Camilla, you've got a card that flopped out, and it flopped out at an angle, which gives it a little different meaning than normal. So here's the card that flopped out. This is what it looks like right side up. Right side up, this would tell me that you have a situation, Camilla, that you felt like you were totally drained. You weren't getting anything out of the situation, even though you were putting a lot in. And so you walked away because it was depleting you. Now, if it came in right side up, this would tell me that, upside down, this would tell me that that situation that you walked away from because it was depleting you, you were walking back into it anyway. So you were going back after you already left. But this is how your card came out pretty much, is like this. So this is telling me that you're wavering. Either you have walked out of a situation and you're wavering about whether you want to go back to it or not, or you're wavering about whether you want to walk out of a situation where you're being depleted or not, and you haven't exactly made up your mind. I think that what happened is you've walked out and you're thinking about, maybe I could go back and maybe we could do things different and maybe it would work out better. So I think you've had a moment where that has sort of been your thought within the past 24 hours. Does that make sense to you, Ms. Camilla? Awesome. Excuse me. Well, especially sensitive people. Those of us who are empathic, it's really easy for us to give a little bit more than what we should, or a lot more than what we should. Does make sense? Okay. Yeah, it was unique. It just flopped out like that. I mean, cards flop all the time, but usually they flop one way or the other. That one just chose not to. Okay, so that covers everybody that was here when we started Reiki. I'm going to go ahead and take off, guys. Everyone have a fantastic, wonderful day. Dano, I'll be looking forward to scheduling with you, honey. Just give me a call. Anybody else who would like to schedule a free Reiki session, I'm offering them for free because I want you guys to check it out. You know, don't feel guilty or bad about it. Just give me a holler and let's get to it. Okay, so I will talk to you all probably tomorrow. Everybody have a great day. Peace out.